Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel in English. I invite you today to try to have a kind of reflection about how the structure of the power interact with the same structures to produce or to have people totally and completely controlled. And today I am going to try to clarify my ideas about how religion and power interact and what is the main purpose of that interaction. You know that religion began at the same time the government started. And I can say that not because of the government, I mean democracy, etc. When I talk about government in this particular case, I talk about the rules of the general guidelines that people have to follow in order to take part, take a part in a social group. So, for example, in a family, there is a government. There are some rules that the members of the family have to follow. If not, the member of the family who is not behaving according to those rules, maybe is going to have a kind of punishment or a kind of social actions that maybe in the future that person will regret. It usually happens wherever you go, whenever you are the time. It doesn't matter if you are a child or you are an adolescent or you are an adult. You live in a world where government give general guidelines and you follow them, and sometimes you are not conscious of these rules. For example, religion began when one person of the tribe decided to be uh, the speaker of the gods. I mean, the gods speakers. So one person said, "Well, God communicates to me his ideas, and then I am going to tell you what exactly God needs." And this is the beginning of the religion, not the myth, the religion. That is why it's important to remind the YouTube channel, that YouTube video that I published, which differentiates myth and real. I am not talking about, at the moment, I am not talking about the myth. I mean, your beliefs uh, about different gods or one God, it is up to you, right? I'm talking about the real, the religion. So the religion began when somebody in the tribe, somebody in the family, somebody in the society, somebody in the world said that he was in touch with God or with their gods or with his gods. And he communicated his God's ideas to the rest of the society or the family or the population. This is the beginning of the religion. So can you imagine, for example, if we believe the in the evolution theory, that in the family there was in the caves, the family was just controlled by the strongest person in the family or in the social group, and that person took two roles. The first one was the role of being the leader, the social leader. strongest one, the one who used to make decisions. And when and also he took, or that person took, the role of being the interlocutor between gods and the members of the group or family. Right? But later on, with the evolution of the roles in the society, it appeared a group of people who said that they were in touch with the gods. So they are the priests, they are the pastors, and they are the governors of the society, popes, cardinals, etc. They say that they are in touch with God, and those gods communicate their ideas through them. So this is the first marriage that existed in the history when one leader was at the same time the political leader, the governor, and social leader, and the priest, the interlocutor between the gods and the familiar people. Later on, it appears that real priests or a group of members or a group of members of the family who thought that they were in touch with gods. And, well, people believed that, and people thought that it was real. So it starts a kind of social class priests. But in our West history, there was a historical moment with Christianity. That historical moment was when Constantine, the Roman governor, the Roman emperor on the third century, decided that he was not going to to fight against Christians anymore, and he decided to take a part of that religion. So the government decided to involve those Christians that in the past they were sacrificed in the circus, in the Roman circus. Right now they are part of the society. And when they are a part of the society, they had to decide what was or what were the general guidelines of a religion. So one of the main decisions that they had to do, it was what kind of books their people were going to read, what kind of books were going to be accepted to the new religion. So they decided what people call in Spanish canon, the Bible canon, and this is what we have at the moment. But of course, there are some books, there are some writers, and there are some people who hide other documents, such as Enoch's books, such as Judas' book, Madeleine's book, amongst others, that are not included in this Bible, the Bible that we have, the Catholic, Christian Catholic Bible. But later on in history, when Protestants started to pest against the Catholicism, they reduced the Bible again. They decided not to use some books. I recommend some people to ask their pastors, their leaders, their religious leader, what books they decided not to use, right? And of course, with the process of making decisions about the books that were going to be used in that particular religion, in this one or that other one, they decided to create a philosophy based on the same Bible. That is why there are some religions, Christian religions such as Catholicism, other Protestant ones, that believe that the resting day, it is not on Saturday. It is not Saturday. It is Sunday. But it is not clear that it is not clear that Sunday is the resting day to write to your work. This relation between the government and the religion, it's catastrophic. This relation provokes wars in the world. This relation provoked the extinction of hundreds of people in Latin America when in 1492 Christopher Columbus arrived to our continent. This perception, this marriage between religion and power, religion as a power and the government as a power, I mean politicians as a power, provoked more or less 15 or more years of battles between different religions such as Muslims and Christians, individual religions. So this relation is dangerous. When religion is next to the power, there is a big danger if people don't realize it. Particularly because the religion takes on vices of the government, and the government uses those vices to manipulate the religion and to manipulate people through the religion. This is why I usually criticize how Christian people just pray to God, to those soldiers who were going to pray to God to protect those soldiers who were going to fight against population, an armed population. Those soldiers with the weapons of the government received the addition of the religion to go to kill citizens, unarmed citizens in Colombia during about 30 or 50 years. And those weapons used by soldiers who say that protect the law and the order of the government received the benediction of God to go and to kill people in Palestine. Not God that protects that criminality, that God that protects those criminals. Probably it's not God. It's a devil. Because probably they are not invoking God. Because if we see, God should be the best being in the universe. Although this God knows the difference between good and bad things, he prefers doing good things. This same God is the one who protected that airplane, or those airplanes who fell down a bomb, an atomic bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki. This is the same God. And if we analyze, it is the same God of that ancient people used in the past. The same God that ordered to kill every single person in Jericho, even pregnant women, even children, even childs, adolescents, old people. Everybody must be killed, said that God. And that is why I understand, but I don't share, why some people still say that, oh, what Israel is doing in Palestine is all right because they are under the protection of God. People say that because they are totally blinded. They don't understand that killing people, unarmed people, it's a sin. And people believe that because they receive the benediction of a priest or a prophet or a pope or whatever, or whoever, sorry, they have got the right to go to kill somebody. And repeating the history, the last Jewish uh, population. What they did in Jericho, what they did with Philistines, they are doing here at this time in Gaza, in Rafah, with the Palestinians. So this is the moment to accept that religions are manipulator, are ways of manipulate people, and those religions which are always in contact with the government or which are a part of the government, they are dangerous because the government manipulate the way the religion is interpreted. Here in Colombia, there was a Christian religious group, a Protestant Christian religious group named C4. And they, all of them, manipulated the religious people who usually go to those churches to vote for the criminals who administrated our country during about 20 years or 30 years ago. Those criminals who have killed 6,402 people, unarmed people, those criminals who robbed our money, those criminals who disappeared many people, were or they received the vision of those Christians groups. That is why I don't believe in religions. I believe in God, but not in religions. Even I believe in gods, because some people say that they are monotheist, but they are not. Actually, when you read the Bible, you find three different kinds of gods. The first one, which is who is the creator, and he's very angry. He created something and he wanted to destroy it many times. That was the God who sent Israelians to kill people in Jericho. The second God is the Holy Spirit. Many people don't know him. People, well, he is mentioned many times in the Bible. And the third one is Jesus Christ. Later on, in another video, I will talk about this relationship. But what I want to clarify today, for finishing, is that the religion and the government, that marriage is a catastrophic invention of the human beings. The religion is a human invention. The government is a human invention to manipulate, to control people. Thank you very much. I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I invite you to click uh, to express your ideas about using like or dislike according to your personal opinions. And I expect your uh, opinions too.